What's up? What's up? I'm back with another NFL 2013 preview, and the team I want to do today is the New Orleans Saints. Um, as you all know, NFL preseason hasn't already started. Week one just ended yesterday. Um, I have to go back and watch some of the games, mainly the Saints game, but I want to talk about just what I think of, the roster comparable to last year? What changes do I expect to see? Will things stay the same? Just the overall team outlook. I'm gonna give off the schedule and how I think they're gonna fare. And of course, this is a division rival. Um, I want to go ahead and get the division rival teams out the way. I've already done the Falcons. I need to go and do Tampa Bay. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. I'm gonna start out with you know, probably the most important thing with this team and the thing they always rely on, and that's the offense, obviously. Um, you know, with the wide receivers, they still have some good wide receivers with Marquise Colston, Lance Moore. Um, you know, you can even count Jimmy Graham as a pass catcher. I mean, he was one of the better tight ends in football. Then you have to include the running backs. They're deep at running back. Pierre Thomas, Mark Ingram, Darren Sproles. I mean, Darren Sproles. You're gonna get. He's always good guy to pick up in fantasy because he's gonna give you return yards, receiving yards, and he's gonna get some carries. Not gonna get a lot of carries, but he's gonna be the guy that's in that third down because that's the guy they know they can rely on to catch the ball, and he is a very tough matchup for linebackers because he's very quick. So offensively, that's still gonna be really great. The offensive line, hasn't been good as they were in the past. Um, but I still think they're gonna be still good, pretty good. Last year, they did a decent job of protecting Drew Brees. It wasn't as good as it was in the past, as I said. But from an offensive standpoint, especially when getting Sean Payton back, we know how the whole suspension thing did went. But with getting Sean Payton back, I think that the offense is gonna play better than they did last year, in which they did play pretty good. Drew Brees, he had a pretty solid year. He had some off games, but you know, they rely on him a lot. A little bit too much. Especially seeing that they have the running backs. They have the running back talent. To help him out. But of course, when you got a guy like Drew Brees, who is one of the better quarterbacks in football, you can afford to just sit back and throw the whole game, and as long as as long as he's on top of his game, you're in just about any game. Now, this is the problem with the Saints, and it's defensively. Now, they have the talent defensively. Cameron Jordan, Jonathan Vilma, Will Smith, um, Curtis Lofton. They had the talent on defense. It's just about you know they they were very undisciplined. Um, they didn't tackle well. They didn't get pressure on the quarterback. Now, one of the better pass rushers in Will Smith was suspended and really could never get into game shape. Same with a guy like Vilma, who's probably their best linebacker. So when you're losing two of your better defensive players, of course you're gonna struggle. Of course they didn't have. We all know what happened to the defensive coordinator. It was just so many things that in terms of coaching, personnel. You always got to include injuries in there that really held back the defense, but it still doesn't make up for they were one of the worst defenses in football. So, I expect them to be better than they were last year. Um, they did get Rob Ryan as their defensive coordinator. Um, he just got fired with the Cowboys, and I think I think Rob Ryan's a bit overrated. But that Cowboys team, that defensively had a lot of injuries. Something that he couldn't control. We'll have to see, you know, how he handles the talent on this team. Like I said, they have some talent defensively. Now, it isn't the greatest talent, but they do have some talent defensively, and they definitely should not be as bad as they were last year. They definitely should not be that bad. I see improvement. Not necessarily because of Rob Ryan. He's gonna factor into that, but you know, having Vilma for all of training camp, is gonna start the season more than likely. Same with a guy like Will Smith, one of the better pass rushers. I expect to see more discipline, especially in their tackling, not getting beat on deep plays. But let's be honest, that defense cost them a lot of games. I mean, they were getting torched by teams. I mean, I believe they were dead last in pass yards given up per game. It was really bad for them. Um, so I expect to see improvement in that. Um, I believe. Let me see the rookie. I believe they. Hold on for 1 second. I just saw it. Okay, the rookie they selected in the first number 15 pick, Kenny Vaccaro. I might be saying it wrong. I apologize if I am. From Texas, a safety. We'll have to see. Now, I'm not a big college fan, so I gotta actually see the kid play. Like I said, I haven't watched the game. I'm gonna go back and watch the preseason game, to see if he actually gets some burn. Hopefully, that is definitely a position of need, especially seeing that they were one of the worst pass defenses last year. Definitely a position of need. Um, Roman Harper. You didn't see what you wanted to see out of him. I honestly expected to see more out of Jim Leonard. You know, he was solid as a Jet, but then injuries started to catch up with him. I don't think they really play him like Jim Leonard like that. I honestly think they should play him more because he was good in pass coverage as a Jet. The year that he was healthy. So waiting to see. Um, and then that was what I really wanted to say about the team in terms of personnel. I'm gonna go through the schedule. I'm not gonna go through preseason, obviously. I'm gonna go through the regular season, and just see how they got it really tough. Um, they had some tough teams in the schedule. As we all know, they were 7-9, tied with my Panthers at 7-9. Um, like I said, they had a lot of problems with personnel. Sean Payton not being there, they were using. I mean, they were down. They didn't have very many coaches. They didn't have the guys who could run the team. Losing Sean Payton was huge. Start week 1. I'm just gonna go down the list and name off the teams. Falcons division game, first game of the season. It's gonna be a good game. Usually those games are. It's in New Orleans. Um, Buccaneers, another division game. Cardinals, underrated defense. Um, Offense, we got to see how Carson Palmer plays. The Dolphins, they have a lot of new pieces. The Bears, the Bears obviously have big turnaround in terms of the offensive line. New England Patriots, another team that's had a lot of changes in terms of their receiving core, tight ends. Week 7 is a bye. Week 8 is the Bills. The Bills don't know who they want to play at quarterback. Same with a team like the Jets. Cowboys. You never know what to expect out of the Cowboys. A lot of people expect the worst. A lot of people don't like the Cowboys, so we don't know what to expect out of them. 49ers team, um, who just came off of losing in the Super Bowl. Week 12, the Falcons again. Week 13, a very tough Seahawks game in Seattle. Oh God, in Seattle. That's tough for anybody. I don't care who you are. That's a tough game for anyone. I believe that's the hardest game on the schedule, barring injury for either team. Um, and of course they play my Panthers week 14. Week 15 be the Rams, and week 16 play my Panthers, which my Panthers always play them well. Um, believe we beat them a game last year, so we always play them well. It's it's a division game, so I'm looking forward to that game, even though it doesn't happen to week 14. Kind of disappointing. I wish it would have happened earlier, but it is what it is. Week 17, another division game with the Buccaneers. Now, you know, defensively, I have to see some improvement for me to say that this team is contending for the division. Unfortunately, the Falcons are still the best team in the division. They had the most complete team in the division. I hate saying it. It's truth. I'm sorry. They had the most complete team in the division. Uh, and the Falcons have also improved as a team. If you need to go look at that, just go back and look at my Falcons preview, and I get going into a little detail about some of the transactions they had. Um, Tampa Bay, that preview will be coming up. The Panthers, you know, always trash my team. Just a lot of mistakes. I can't, I don't even want to go into it, but the Panthers always play division teams well, and it won't be no different with New Orleans. They're always close games. So to me, New Orleans, the most important thing they have to do is, get more pressure on the quarter. I won't say necessarily well. Getting pressure on the quarterback wasn't too good for them, but more so they need to be more disciplined in tackling, and don't give up big plays. And pass rushing will help that. So we'll have to wait and see. When you're doing a preview, you can never you never factor in injuries, because that can happen from not between now and week one. So it's always playing wait and see. Um, if you're a New Orleans fan, let me know what you think. Um, I think you know I think they're gonna probably be the second team. Second and third. Carolina is still gonna be there competing with them. Um, no, the defensive problems is still a big red flag. We don't know if we're going off just last year. They were horrible, but it's a lot of changes, so we'll have to wait and see. As I said, but if you're a New Orleans fan, let me know what you think. I know New Orleans fans are very happy about their team. Of course, they're gonna be a bit unrealistic, just like most teams, most fans teams. There's rarely few that's gonna be gonna trash your team. So just let me know how you think. Um, what do you expect to see out of New Orleans Saints? Do you expect the wild card? Getting into the wild card, winning the division even, or not not making the playoffs? Let me know how you think. Um, and hit that thumbs up button, subscribe.